Cox Communications Channel 38, Family Ties Productions at Rock Island Fieldhouse. And we have the third-ranked team in the state of Illinois, but for once, their nickname is not the Rocks in this house. The Rock Island Alleman Pioneers in Class A, ranked third, coming in after a huge week. Now they come in with a close game against Rock Island. One of their goals was to beat Rocky last Friday, but it turned out to be a pretty good week for the Pioneers. Dan Birch, along with a former Pioneer, circa what, 77? 76, John Marks doing the game. Chess is always running the camera for Family Ties. And Johnny, Alleman Pioneer pride in the basketball program couldn't get any larger than it has this week.
As you made a great point, Dan, they're coming off probably the biggest win in eons at Alleman, other than getting the fact that they got to the state tournament last year and finished fourth. The win at Quincy hadn't happened since they started playing in 1970, so first time they'd ever had a season sweep of Quincy. It's been a big year for Alleman basketball. You don't get to 18-6 and play the teams in the Western Big Six and be above 500 in this conference and not have enthusiasm with basketball at Alleman.
You mentioned Larry Schulte had some goals. One was to beat Rock Island. Not there yet, but knocking at the door as he was last Friday. Beat Quincy. Everybody thought, okay, you got him in the little gym, you got a little lucky. Go down to Quincy, which just shocked probably not only in the Quad Cities in the Western Big Six, but a ton of people in Illinois, for that matter. Shocked them, and now one of the goals, of course, is to finish above 500 in the conference, being the Class A school, and they're gunning for that. And with a win tonight, it'll be the first time in how many years?
6 years assured. Sure, them assist the team that featured Brian Wolf, who went to Loyola, and that team that got second in the state. So as you pointed out, it would be a monumental evening for Alleman to secure that spot, maybe get second or third in the conference. Finish things off and get a push going into next week's Class A regional.
Now Rock Island, obviously a rival of Alleman, being in Rock Island, but hey, there's as many Moline kids as you well know that go there. Moline, a big rival, and the Maroons put one of the few losses on the Pioneers early in the season. A very well-coached game. Maybe it could have been Frank Dexter and the Maroons' best game, 54-47. They zoned Trapkus, let some other people try and beat them, and they couldn't. So this is no easy W tonight.
And Moline has a great basketball team. You wonder sometimes why they're 11 and 12, why they're struggling. They could put it all together on one night and blow you out of the gym.
Starting lineups here for the Maroons. It'll be a similar looking five we've seen throughout the season. Joey Schoenberg, the point guard.
And for the Pioneers, the 10, All-State honorable mention, had a great game at Quincy, Pat Voss.
And he's only a junior.
5'10" and 160. Heck of a player.
For the Maroons, now they announce the center. Kind of weird. Pete Anders comes out.
For the Pioneers, they introduced their two-guard, Dan Coyne Logan, as gutsy a sophomore as you're going to run into in this conference. He and Luke Woods, I think, and Joey Range might be your three top sophomores right now, and Travis Wilson of Moline.
Ted Terrell, who was the kid who kind of killed Alleman early in their last meeting, they'll have an eye on him.
And of course, Steve Sotis is the Alleman Pioneer three-man. Long line of Sotis.
Yeah. They're always pretty good shooters, too.
Real good shooter.
For the Pioneers, Nick DeVilder, who's been he's a junior, been a good shooter, but struggled. Actually, maybe had a better shooting year last year as a sophomore. But he's one of those kids you got to watch, 6'5". All he needs to do is put on a little strength.
And of course, Ryan Wood, excellent football player, a quiet basketball player. Everybody thought would just be a role player. Hey, had a double-double at Quincy, had a big
coming
game.
Off his best game, 10-10.
Excellent effort. So he's a good player.
The super sophomore Travis Wilson and the super senior
Brian Trapkus, first team All-State Class A. They're going to match up right there. Should be a great battle in the middle tonight.
I'll tell you what, Wilson did not go over to shake his hands. Trapkus looked his way. And you don't want to do that to a kid who was just named All-State.
Wrong guy to make mad. You notice, and I don't know what it is, Dan, they alternate announcing in the Big Six, and 9 times out of 10, the last two guys don't meet at the circle. So,
well, we'll stand here, or we'll stand, and you may sit at home if you like, but the national anthem here as we wait tip-off of the Rock Island Alleman Pioneers, Moline Maroons at Rocky Fieldhouse. The Pioneers and the Moline Maroons. Big rivalry here. And I hope a few more people shut that door loud in the background. That's 2, and we haven't even started tip-off. Dan Burch, John Marks, Jess Medina down to the camera as we get set once again. The Pioneers are 18-6, ranked 3rd in the state Class A, 5-4 in the Western Big Six. Now the Maroons have kind of struggled, 11-12 overall, but they did tag the Pioneers with one of their losses, 54-47 earlier in the year.
And I don't think what a big key here is Moline really doesn't want to get up in an up-tempo basketball game because Alleman has played exceptionally moving the basketball up and down the floor. And last time, which something I think I hurt Alleman late in the game, Dan, is they spread the ball and took themselves out of their tempo, and it cost them late.
Trapkus and Anders jumping up. Anders won the tap rather, but Alleman controls Voss. We heard Larry Schulte speak today. He says he's a better player going full speed. Baseline, you see Moline in the zone.
Triangle.
Go ahead, Johnny. They're going to back in on Trapkus, obviously, and let the others beat you. That's not one of the guys they want to give a shot. It's Voss for 3, a little short. Rebounds Schoenberg. He'll come back the other way. Of course, Schulte's Pioneers, Johnny, man on man.
Straight up and press you at the end.
Schoenberg's 3 a little long, so Voss was short. The other point guard a little long. Trapkus with his first board. Stolen away. Oh, nice hustle, though. Terrell stepped on the line.
That was a heck of an effort going into the crowd. Caught the ball, threw it back in, though he stepped on the inbounds line.
Trapkus picking up his rebounding, averaging about 8 a game, averaging nearly 21 points. Most impressive thing about him probably, though, Johnny, is his shooting. He gets it inside, walked.
Great first stutter step move of the ball game. It's 9 times out of 10, even without Darrell Lamps at the travel.
It's funny, Brian, though, you know, he's really coming to his own his senior year, improved drastically his junior year, a lot of expectations as a big freshman, sophomore. And you heard Schulte say today as well, Johnny, great hands for a big
soft hands.
And you know, I would like it to him, and I hope he doesn't get mad when he hears this. Wilson with a nice bucket down low. Anders gets the 2-0 Moline Maroon lead. Voss coming back the other way. Is that it's like a big country weaves, and I hope he doesn't think I'm saying he's just ugly.
Soft hands in the paint.
But he looks kind of slow, but he's got great hands, and when he gets it down low, he finishes.
Great
and
drop
it's
step.
It's a compliment because I love big country, but
he's excellent around the basket with the ball in his hands.
Cross court, Voss with his second tray. That one's good. 3-2 Pioneers.
If Moline allows him to rotate the basketball and cross court it like that, he'll stay out there all night and shoot the basketball at any opportunity.
Okay to sit back in the zone and try to deny Trapkus, but you still got to hustle. There's a nice defense by
your big guy
out top. See what they get for not shaking hands with him in the pregame?
He has come leaps and bounds, though, and not letting things frustrate him.
Well, and if you read the Argus Dispatch recently, the article on him when he was named All-State said that he had fought out something like 17 games, and now this year it's down to 3 or 4 or something like that. Larry Schulte said 3, but I remember a UT game I believe Jess and I did. He fouled out of it. He didn't count. Another 3. Short Coin Logan. Oh, excuse me, that was Sotos on it. There's Wilson through the legs. Schoenberg. On the wing, Terrell. Little jab, step back out. Voss will join him.
As they step back out on the man, they drop to the 2-3 and step to man.
That's not his usual shot, but it doesn't matter. Pete Anders has 2 buckets in a 4-3 Moline lead.
I saw them against Moline at UT one night. He hit the first 9 points of the game like that.
Trapkus inside, got it. Shooting 62% from the floor.
Once he gets the ball in a low post and makes that turn with his hand, you can't stop that young man.
One thing, and I've talked about it when I've seen Moline before, is you'll see Anders get hot. You'll see Wilson get hot. There's Anders again. He's got 2 buckets, looking for a third, but he draws the foul from Brian Trapkus, so a good move nonetheless.
That's not what. Oh, excuse me.
I was going to say, it seems like Moline, at times they don't have a go-to guy. You know, as good as Pippen is, he'll give it to Jordan down the stretch, where they're all so equal. And you look at their scoring, Johnny. Terrell averages 10, DeVilder 10, Wilson 13.
There's not one guy yet.
You know, Anders 8.
That's not a foul. You want your post player. Give him that 19-footer. Let the man who plays in a low post take that jumper. It's not a foul. You want your big man to come out and get.
Anders misses the first one. Misses 2. Trapkus with the board. 2 boards for Brian already early. Voss, a quick dribble, goes inside. Logan Trapkus out in 3-point territory. I don't think so. Coin Logan back out to Voss. Baseline Sodas, as we said, it's in the blood. They can shoot. Look for him to work the baselines. Cross court, they're giving him those passes. Sodas for three, front of the iron, rebound Wilson.
This is a game Moline wants to keep in the 40s and 50s too. They don't want to get it pushing, shoving up and down the floor, deny the entry pass.
About 3.5 minutes gone by first quarter. Moline by a bucket. Excuse me, Alleman by a point, rather, 5-4. There you go, the sophomore gets on the board. And it's 6-5, Maroons up one. Tell you, all these banners, Rock Island's to start winning things. I can't see the scoreboard.
I'm sure Duncan will say tough.
Yeah. Sweet this, elite that.
Oh.
Trapkus baseline. Gets a little bit closer. Ooh, got a hand on it. Little block there. Wilson coming back the other way. He'll lean in. Should have kicked it back to Anders, but got the bucket.
He went left, stutter step, stopped, and went back with the right hand. Nice move on his part.
Anders has 4, Wilson has 4, and it's an 8-5 Moline lead. Halfway through the first quarter. Wishful thinking. 4 minutes gone by halfway through the first quarter.
Good crossover move through the legs by the sophomore. Takes the ball left hand. That's one thing he does do, Dan, is go to his left very well. And you find a lot of kids at his age, they can't do that. Dan Coyne-Logan.
Well, they're sitting pretty good with backcourt. They got to find somebody to replace Trapkus, but as we mentioned, the junior Voss right there with the ball. Another 3 attempt. Long rebound, Schonberg up to Wilson, through his legs, looking baseline, kicks it back out to Vilder, will shoot his first 3 and get it.
You can't let him alone out there if you're Alleman. Chris Watson into the ball game. He's the one that had mononucleosis and missed a couple weeks for the Pioneers.
Actually, he was the one, kind of like how you mentioned Wood is hitting his stride. In the middle of the season, it was he who picked it up. Watson was starting to light it up, and then he got hit with the mono. So they've had other people helping. It all hasn't been that man, but a lot of it's been that man.
Great fadeaway off the other foot. Drop it and hits a jump shot.
Trapkus has 4. It's a 10-7 Moline lead. 3 minutes left first quarter.
Little jump press by the Pioneers. With your big man out on the wing. Nice effort there.
The Alleman coaching staff, the assistants told me you'll see a lot of 3-quarter press. They may, go baseline to baseline, but they'll pick them up.
You'll see 9 men used by Alleman and maybe 10 by Moline too. Full rotations.
Wilson trapped. Schonberg inside. Nice look away. Terrell.
Great pass by Joey Schonberg.
Well, when Schonberg was in there, you figured he wasn't going to post anybody up, but he can find people. Watson on the right side. Got it now. Looking inside to Trapkus. Goes down to Big Bry. Back out. Knocked away by DeVilder. Great hustle. Wilson has it. Terrell's out in front of him. I'll tell you what.
Boss, great job staying home. Didn't take the charge. Didn't reach in too much. Just gave it a slight poke. Got basketball and knocked the ball out of the way.
Well, maybe that's one of the Maroons' problems this year. Just no breaks. Right there, you got guys flying. Terrell's up court. Wilson and Anders are coming, and they just run into each other.
3-on-1.
12-7. Maroons have beaten the Pioneers, as we said earlier this season, and now lead by 5.
Travel again.
The Coyne-Logan, sophomore, with a couple of turnovers.
This is another thing. First part of the season for the Pioneers, it was Voss and Trapkus did all the work. Now Moline denied Trapkus, and then now they need to learn to shoot the basketball again.
Nice left-hand drive. Wilson has 6, and it's a 7-point Moline lead. Voss looking inside. Don't be surprised to see Voss try and penetrate, even though they're in a zone.
Right. Cut the middle.
Watson still looking to get into the flow. That's a nice drive, but swatted away by Anders. Good hustle by Pete.
Heck of an effort.
Wood got it swatted. Anders is their energetic player. Wilson is flash, but I think they feed off Pete a lot of times.
And Terrell with a big block now and then.
Terrell kind of does the yeoman work for a guy who's not very big, only 6'2". Anders has some leaping ability, attacks the bucket. And Wilson, of course, from the more spectacular. DeVilder's the shooter. They all know their roles.
Right.
A whistle, Molina inbound. Foul was on Watson, Chris Watson, his first. DeVilder, they're on him after hitting a tree. 14-7, Maroons on top. They can take their time.
Running the trap with a point guard.
There's Anders. He's hit a couple already. That's a little long. The dirty work, the yeoman work, as I said. Terrell keeps it alive. Out to DeVilder, looking for a second three. In and out. Knocked out of bounds off Trapkus. No.
Tough call. Tough call. I thought he reached over and got the ball and then hit it off Trapkus, but apparently he knocked it over Trapkus and the ball went out of bounds.
Larry Schulte up off the bench. Smithers will come in. Coin Logan will sit. And Frank Dexter off his bench. He'll just get up and clap. Say, boys, just play a little D. You're okay.
Up 7 with a minute to go.
Under a minute first quarter, as John mentioned. John Mark, Stan Birch, Cox Communications Channel 38. Jess, the man on the camera there. They go into Trapkus, nice catch. Lost it though.
A lot of standing still, a lot of standing around for the Pioneers in the baseline.
DeVilder, kind of finger roll, George Gervin-like. Kind of the same build as Gervin too. Foul reach in Wilson.
See, that's what Alleman wants to do off the rebound, get the ball out on the wing and run the break. And Molina's gotten back and played great defense so far.
Second team foul for the Maroons. The Pioneers also have 2 team fouls as we look at about 35 left in the first quarter.
Do you run it down here and shoot? Yep, spread.
You answered your own question.
Sorry about that.
Schulte. No, you saw it as you were asking. They obviously did it. We're at 20. And Maroons, patience, say, hey, clock is on our side. We lead 14-7.
There'll be a back pick along the baseline here. Voss will free up out on the wing.
Yep.
Circle to the ball at the elbow.
To Voss. Voss will fire the 3. Rebound Anders, 3 seconds. He's going to have to launch it. He does on the run. No! On the money, just a little long. But the Maroons will take it, leading after 1. 14-7 is the score. We'll be back on Cox Communications Channel 38. I apologize. It was not a 3 by Nick DeVilder, as stated earlier. Just a deuce. But nice balanced scoring, as we mentioned. That is the Maroons' top asset, and maybe a liability at times. Terrell had a bucket, DeVilder had a bucket, Anders 2 buckets, Wilson 3, and as usual, Voss and Trapkus did the scoring. Brian with 2 buckets, Pat with a 3, but that was it. 14-7. Moline started off with a 7-point lead in the ball. Schonberg with a little drive.
Took Voss right to the can, a nice move. Just didn't get the drop.
Alleman still having their trouble. Smithers couldn't handle it. The pass was from Watson. Voss, Watson, Smithers, Trapkus, and Wood. For the Maroons, Anders still in there along with Wilson, DeVilder, Schomburg, and the original starters, Terrell, all original 5. Maybe the Maroons are going to go with their money players here. Wilson to DeVilder, a pull-up baseline, in and out, rebound Trapkus.
The big guy up the court.
Finds it.
Nice pass.
Speed.
Through the legs. Big pass by Ryan Wood. Right through the legs. Excellent pass.
Jake Smithers to Ryan Wood, I believe,
Yep.
and Wood gets the
Thank
bucket. 34-44.
Yep. Jake Smithers. Excellent. Another one of those role players.
And somebody's on the board aside from Trapkus and Voss, so that's a plus.
Smithers is another one of those kids that comes off the bench and will end up with about 8 or 9 floor burns before the night's over.
Yeah.
He and Jeff Manis are kind of like that way. And, of course, Ryan Wood, one of the starters, plays that way.
14-9, 5-point Maroon lead. Minute gone by, second quarter. Anders, Trapkus will give him that. He's hit one and missed one up there.
Out to the 4.0 student, Schomburg. Running
Get
the point.
that in. One of the better free throw shooters. I think something correlates there. There's nice move by DeVilder, could get it to go. Terry noticed the honor students are always the best free throw shooters on the team too. Voss for 3. 2 threes.
Now they're going to pick up. Now they're going to pick up three-quarter court. Let the point man, and now they'll trap at half.
It's a 2-point game. Voss is relentless out there. Ooh, foul down low.
That's a good call. That's a good call. The hand check right off the bat, right out on him. He made the call right off the bat. Anthony Molina into the ball game.
The quarterback.
Catcher, pitcher, shortstop. Yeah. Just a heck of a young man.
We saw him last time we had him on Family Ties production here. He had a half quarter. That was it's only bucket of the game, I think, but it was a great move. That time Wood could not convert. Turned it over. After
a nice steal by Coyne Logan, Woody just got happy feet and shuffled him a little. But they're back in the ball game, only down 2 with 6 left in the quarter.
And uh-oh. You're gonna call him a foul on Wilson there.
Good call. Good call.
On Coyne Logan, he bumped him on a block. They were kind of doing the old inbounds play where you pressure. One guy picks the other guy. Comes to the ball. Well, he was a little aggressive in his pick.
Maybe it was a second push, too, and that always gets caught.
3 threes for Pat Voss. He shoots them like he's getting rid of a snot rag or something. You know, he releases it. Nice feed, Wilson Terrell. Got it, and the foul. Beautiful answer. Wilson the other way. Terrell with the finish.
Great break off the made basket by Moline. And again, just a mistake, to be honest with you, because let him have the layup after he beat you. Is that his third foul or second? For Wood.
I think it's a second.
Thank you. You will get some instant enthusiasm now with Jeff Manis. He's all over the place. He dives on the floor. He plays with reckless abandon. And he'll pump his fist in the air when he makes a basket and incite the Moline crowd.
Is that
Charlie's younger brother?
I was going to say,
you bet.
Manis. You knew what the next question was, Johnny. Where did Charlie end up playing his collegiate?
He came home from school, and I think he's looking to go to Blackhawk. I don't know for sure, but he's looking to pursue his career.
He really had a great year last year and was a big part.
Oh.
No pun intended with the height of that 4th place finish. He had a great year, and Trapkus has kind of followed up.
Dorian Earl in the ball game too for the Maroons.
Nice feed again. Terrell's getting
a nice reverse layup.
19-15, back to a 4-point lead. Voss is hitting the threes, and Terrell's getting all the fast break layups the other way.
Excellent passing by the Maroons. Out front.
Voss, they're not going to leave him open. See, now that's freeing up Trapkus because they have to come out. Another 3, a quick release. He's got 4 threes, 3 of them in the second quarter, and it's a 19-18 game. Moline by 1.
I feel like I'm watching the CBA in a 2-man game.
Turnover.
Smithers and Coyne Logan getting after it defensively. For the Pioneers, this is their kind of game. They want to get up tempo, they want to run it and push it and shoot the ball from the wing.
Terrell has all 5 points for Moline in the quarter, and Voss has 9 of the 11 for Alleman. Moline led 14-7 after 1. That's it. It's funny. I'm not the only one laughing. You're the crowd. He bluffs from Steve Kerr territory out there. Jump ball, change of possession. We'll give it to the Alleman Pioneers.
Now Voss hit one similar to that at Quincy the other night. Yes, that length.
Now, did you make the trip, or you just read the article?
No. I talked to Coach Schulte the next day, which we had on our show on KJOC.
There you go. Give him a little plug. Jess doesn't mind. Johnny's show, Sports Day, 10 to noon. And 4 to 6.
The wild world of sports.
We can do that. 19-18. The Maroons up by 1. Voss, he's getting a great pump fake, though. And they got to respect it. He's hit 4, 3 in this quarter alone. Should be freeing up somebody else on the wing. Another push. This one by Terrell. The Maroons almost getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, I think it's fouls on Anthony Molina.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Turn the other way.
Anthony Molina. Good call, Johnny. 4:21, second quarter. Voss with another tray. Bound to miss one. Nice weak side. Trapkus tried to tip. You mentioned Manus will try to make some things happen. He all right there.
That's 4 chances, though. You got to convert one of those even around the basket.
Terrell pushing it up.
Nice move.
There's a charge. Travel. Hey, it doesn't matter.
Either way.
Trapkus did his job either way. And I think Brian, he's not really going to suffer with a lot of bangs on that one.
He's taking enough shots.
What do they list him at? You got it in front of you.
Yes, I do. 6'7", 230.
230. All you do is you have to look up the roster, 170, 165, and then you hit 230. I mean, because, just look for the biggest one, and you know who it is.
Good move.
Trapkus in the paint, pump fake, gets it off, got it. He has 3 buckets for 6.
Voss all over the place.
Voss is always all over the place. It's
Nice
a 1-point lead. Off the hands of Anders.
Still great pass. Great. Though they did not convert, great ball movement by Moline.
Alleman with the lead and definitely the momentum. I'll tell you, Voss, we talked about it earlier, Johnny. I don't recall if you were doing the game with me. It may have been Sanders or Schmitty. But I said Voss kind of took control in the tournament last year. It was kind of Ryan Kelly's team. He was a senior. He was the quarterback in football. Had the bad knee, but definitely had the hard work ethic, the leadership qualities. You had the Twin Towers, Manus and Trapkus in the middle. And even Brian, I think. Charlie maybe had a little bit more range at the time. I wouldn't know if he has it now. But they kind of let those guys have the team. But in the state tournament, Pat really took off.
Yep.
That's where he kind of became his team, and it's very carried over this year. And nobody will tell you that more than Larry Schulte.
True point guard.
Trapkus, pump fake, doing a good job of faking, a little right hand, rebound. Good job, Anders, too, staying with it. It's a 1-point Alleman lead, 3:10 in the second quarter. Moline, they're getting openings. Travel.
Wilson made a great catch to get the basketball, put the ball on the floor, and just shuffled them. It was amazing that he caught the ball.
Who did he fake, though? I mean,
good point. Take it and go straight up.
Especially with someone, obviously he can leap. We've seen him throw some down.
Yep.
3 minutes exactly, 1-point lead. There's a whistle.
A little block on Pete Anders. I think that's a little exhaustion. He's played good defense. He's played every minute so far, and then he just didn't move his feet.
Moline has been the only bench player we've seen, and that was briefly. He's already back on the pine.
Dorian Earl also.
Oh, that's right. Dorian did come in. Thank you, John. Threw the one away and got back on the bench. Logan. Excuse me. Voss. I should have known better.
From way downtown.
He has 4 3-pointers in the second quarter, 5 in the game, and definitely, as I mentioned earlier, the momentum Pioneers' way.
I think you'll see Andy Malcolm come in and try to break the momentum, as you said.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen more timeouts for Moline. And we've got 2:45 left in the second.
It all happened when Voss hit, loosened up the zone a little, and then they went to full court man pressure.
Watch where he shoots it from, too. You can see it from a camera angle. He comes off his waist. Look at him penetrating. We talked about that earlier. He's on fire. What's he doing hitting it, too? Totally screwed up my scoring book. I don't know what to do now. I've been multiplying by 3. 6, 9, 12. Now I'm thrown, Johnny. 25-19, 6-point
Math
lead.
major.
Biggest lead of the game, obviously, for the Alleman Pioneers. They trailed at the end of one, 14-7.
He is all over the place.
Look at him on D, as you point out, all over Malcolm there. DeVilder will drive, and Pat will get a reach in. Hey, come on.
Hey,
He's got to be excited. He's hitting everything he's thrown up. Blame the kid for his first foul. Both teams have 5. Both of them in the bonus here.
It's a matter of composure right here. Oh, he wasn't going up. Did you think he was shooting the basketball there?
Well, he went to the line. Tell you, I'm looking down at Where's the bonus? What is I'm thinking that's in the bonus, the red one way down there.
Right.
My eyes must be getting bad.
No, that's bonus.
Okay.
And then possession arrows right
all
next to it.
Thank you.
You're doing fine.
I had both in the bonus, but he wasn't shooting as you said. Next foul. Next foul will put him there. Malcolm.
Ooh.
Little moving pick by Anders. That's okay. Malcolm, nice alley-oop to Trapkus.
Pick and roll, and nobody rolled.
Minute 44.
And the crowd yells
air
airball.
It was
It was a pass.
That would be like Neil. That was a Neil O'Donnell pass in that one. Minute and a half. Voss, he wanted it in his hands. Go find the big fella. Get a whole lot of daylight. Go into him. Little Stockton Malone action. And the mailman Trapkus puts it away.
That's what you want, him one-on-one with anybody, anytime.
Brian has 8. Voss has 17. Ryan Wood has the only other bucket. 27-19. So the strategy was let the other guys beat you. And I don't know what's happening, but they don't have to.
Not at the moment.
Voss comes in averaging 13, or under 13. And answer there, is that a 2? A 2 by Anders. He's having a nice game. Pete has 6. Wilson 6. Terrell 7.
They had Manis wide open underneath the basket and didn't see him.
It's a 6-point lead, 27-21. We're under a minute. Oh, he could have went the other way. Go
Great
find Trapkus. He'll bang up Molina a little bit. Going to Brian. Oh, nice block. That's the second block by Anders. Molina up to Terrell. He'll pull up. No call. Out of bounds, Moline. It'll be Alleman ball.
Great defense. They run the break very well. All they didn't get out of it was no basket.
You hear in a football term, you hear a defensive lineman does a good job just by staying home. And that's kind of the type of defense you would call that. He didn't get the charge call, but he just stayed home and made him make a tough shot.
Excellent play.
We're under 20. First half, once again a 6-point Alleman lead after trailing by 7 after 1. Trapkus inside. Missed it. Here comes Anders. Steal Voss. How appropriate. Lays it in.
Have a day.
Could happen. That's
What an
it.
effort.
It could not end any more appropriately. Voss with the steal laid it in with 1 tick on the clock. It sounds 29-21, trailing 7 after a quarter. They lead by 8 and why, Johnny? 3, 6, 9, 12. Then the 2s come into play. 16 points, 19 in the first half, 16 in the quarter for Pat Voss. We'll be back with the second half of the Pat Voss Show when we come back on Cox Communications Channel 38. Second half getting ready to start. Alleman and Moline. I joked in the pregame, Brian Trapkus was the one Pioneer that a Maroon did not come out and shake his hand. And I joked, you don't want to upset the All-Stater. Well, apparently another Pioneer was upset about not being first team All-State. All the hype, Trapkus, not hype, but
No.
I mean, do accolades.
Well, when you speak
yeah.
of Alleman first, you mentioned Brian Trapkus, and then there's another name that immediately follows.
And Pat
but
Voss. But in the second quarter, nice quarter by Trapkus, a couple of buckets. He has 8 at the half. Second quarter, 16 points, 4 threes for Pat Voss. He has 18 points at the half. Second quarter, after trailing 14-7, the Pioneers outscored Moline 22-7. Voss outscored him 18-7.
the bottom line was he shot the ball. They didn't have to sag to deny Trapkus the ball in the middle, so allowed to free up the outside, and they stepped up the pressure. They took Moline three-quarter court, half court, and full court off the press and created. And of course, when your guy's shooting threes like that, it loosens everything up.
And it's so funny. We had the luncheon thing with Duncan Reed.
Bankboard Club.
Thank you, Bankboard Club over at Charlie's in Rock Island. And Schulte joked how, you try to correct kids with their shooting, but he said, Voss, if I had him shoot, I just let him shoot. And I joked about how he shoots from the waist. I talked to a friend of ours, Gene, and he goes, you notice how he releases real quick? Almost like he said a gunslinger. He's putting the guns back in. But I
love that.
It is. It's a quick release, and it's from the waist practically. But he buried 5 of them in the first half.
But defensively, he was all over the place too.
He's always been that way.
Creating mistakes on the other end, denying, the break, everything. He just played. It was an incredible quarter.
An appropriate way to end the first half, as I said, the steal and the layup. And here they come out pressing again. Well, in fact, that's why Voss played from the get-go as a sophomore, was his energy and his hustle and his defense as much as anything.
True point guard. I saw Jay Taylor have 24 points in a quarter the other night in a CBA game, and this was just as exciting.
Well, even though Jay had 24, the rest of the team and the other team scored. I mean, when he outscored them 18-7. I'm sure Jay had the other team score a few. Well, Anders tried to start off the second half as he did the first, but he goes 0 for 2. Rebound. That's Watson. Sotos with the rebound. Whistle, he traveled.
I think you'll see Schulte go to a quicker substitution pattern in the third quarter. Maybe get Manus back in the ball game, push things up and down the floor, and make a few things happen.
It's an 8-point Pioneer lead. Just a half minute gone by. Schonberg looking inside to Wilson. Anders out top. DeVilder. Picked up by Sotos. Finds Wilson backing in on Coin. Logan gets the bucket. That's kind of a mismatch there.
Can't let him get on your hip. He'll just drop down and turn and make an easy jumper.
Coming back the other way. Who was
Voss, I believe. A little runner, a little pop, everything hanging on the rim.
20 points for Pat Voss. It's a 31-23 Pioneer lead.
You think he's playing with a little confidence?
Look at him just go through the pick even. Terrell was there. No switch, I got it. Nice move, Wilson. Answering. He has 10. There's a 3. Everybody's feeding off him. We mentioned Sotos. You got to watch him. His first bucket, but a big one.
You don't go out and deny and let him score up and take that 19-footer. Everybody, you and I are going to knock those down.
It's a 9-point lead, biggest lead by either club tonight. As we mentioned, Moline led early. Another miss, another rebound. Trapkus is doing a good job of controlling the boards.
Even when he's not involved in the offense.
Look at that. Voss drilled it behind his back, and nobody else went after it. Where's the effort? Hey, how about a little something for the effort, Voss working left side. Back in the zone. Sotos comes out, hit a 3. Coin Logan's on the other side. Sotos will try another one. Got it. Steve says, Pat, you look like you were having so much fun in the second. I want the third. And you know what?
Timeout, baby.
Mike Dexter wants a timeout. We'll be back. Third quarter action, 37-25. Biggest lead, a dozen for Alleman. The lead is a dozen, 5:40 left in the third, 37-25. The Alleman Pioneers ranked third in Class A Illinois, leading their AA Western Big Six rivals, the Moline Maroons. Pat Voss lit them up in the second, and now Steve Soto says it's my turn.
I'll have a little fun with this.
And it's still coming with the three-quarters pressure.
Still getting after it defensively. There it is.
Builder, another steal. Voss, as he ended the first half, the only difference from the left side. Hey, this kid's terrible. He laid it in with his right hand.
What's up with that?
Just 22 points for the junior point guard.
Offense.
Nice play. Everything going Pioneers' way.
Woody takes the charge there. Ryan Wood. It all starts with good defense.
Do you think people are going to start thinking Larry Schulte's a pretty good coach, Johnny? If last year's fourth place finish didn't help enough in Class A.
He's a good basketball coach.
$14-point lead. Funny, when Manus graduated, and Kelly, as I mentioned, was the leader, and I thought Trapkus, the other twin tower, holy cow. I thought, well, Brian will have a lot of more trouble with Charlie gone, because it was, twin tower type thing, a legit twin tower. Wasn't just joking, the Payne Stokes thing, but, because they freed up each other. And I thought that would be a problem like when they played a Rocky, since Mr. Michael has a little help from Jenkins. But obviously it hasn't hurt him. I thought Voss now would have to carry too much. Kelly kind of helped the leadership role. They both blossomed. Anders on a miss.
Wood has blossomed, as has Dan Coyne-Logan too.
Block. Like I said, everything going all his way. Molina, second foul. Timeout for Frank Dexter. 41-25. We'll take another break and be back. Family Ties Productions, Cox Communications, Channel 38. Alleman now up by 16. And finally a call goes Moline's way. Charging foul on the post up by Sotis.
The Alleman girls won 57-31 in the Class A regional at Aledo. So a pretty good night for Pioneer basketball.
Good week, as we mentioned.
Great point.
Well, it's funny when the Tuesday night game at Quincy, and you thought, oh, Moline will play us tough. We got Rocky Friday. Probably looking at this point in the schedule earlier in the year, Schulte and his staff probably kind of cringed a little
Dread
bit.
it, right.
What I was talking about earlier, I thought fourth place finish last year was great. I thought it'd be tough to duplicate. But right now, the way the team, and not just Trapkus, and not just Voss, but the team, and you mentioned the Sotises and the Coyne-Logans and the Woods, and the way everybody knows their role. And at times, hey, there's been great starting fives, Seattle, Phoenix in the NBA that never won a title, and you looked at Cartwrights and Paxsons, and knowing their roles was just as important.
Yep.
And it happens on a high school level, too. I mean, there's no animosity towards Voss. There's no animosity towards Trapkus making All-State. Nice feed. Good feed, Molina. The bucket was somebody not in my program.
I believe it's Hanovan, the sophomore.
Yeah, it is. Good call. We had him for 14 earlier in the year. He was 54. He gives him more size. Molina with the steal, but they're going to say fouled. His third foul. And a technical.
Now that's about as uncharacteristic of Anthony Molina. I mean, there's a great kid. I don't know if they should have banged him or not.
I wouldn't be upset at all. Molina's one of the few kids playing with any intensity
very
in the
hard.
Moline squad.
I'm sorry, that just wasn't a good call.
Wilson and Anders play hard. Wilson maybe a little too flashy at times, but he's only a sophomore. I'll tell you what's kind of funny is DeVilder just disappears out there at times.
Having trouble right now.
And who's that at the free throw line the other way? Making a few. No surprise. 23 points for Pat Voss. 42-27 now the score. Yep. Money. Just gets uglier here. Remember, the Maroons led 14-7 after one. They've scored 13 points since then, Johnny. And we're halfway in the third.
Never panicked, played with confidence the entire ballgame.
And you see, as you mentioned, Schulte's going a little bit more to his bench. Manus is back in.
He talked mental aspect today at lunch, too, about how sharp they are.
Voss misses his three. There's a whistle down low. I think it's on Brian Trapkus on a push.
Or Jeff Manus, I believe. No, good call.
Trapkus.
Good call. Someone went flying.
You were talking about the mental aspect, Johnny, as we see the pressure by Alleman.
A whole lot sharper. That it's not even a business like they're having fun playing basketball.
Well, ever since the Kingsbury, oh wait a minute, that's the wrong team. No, but same type of thing for Iowa fans. You see that too. Teams just get a better frame of mind, and that's what the Pioneers are in right now. Wilson out top. Schomburg back to Wilson. Anders is open inside. They neglect not to go.
Good man defense, switching at every pick.
Malcolm. Offensive on the post up by Hanovan, I think.
Good call, Dan. Yep. He cleared to get through. These two officials watch a lot of grabbing in the post and call it.
And as you always hear, consistency the key, and it's been consistent.
Yep.
Kind of funny, most officials let Bangin go down low and call touch fouls, where these guys have let them be more physical on top like they're on the picks and call it down more down low. Rebound Wilson. Up to Schomburg. Nice pass in Anders. The turnaround, short. Hanovan with a nice job crashing, can hang on to it.
They got the shot they wanted. They got the 8-footer in the middle of the paint. Just didn't drop.
43-27, 2:18 in the third quarter on Cox Communications Channel 38. Once again, Family Ties Production bringing you Western Big Six basketball, as well as the MAC and a little Augustana hoops as well on the collegiate level. Voss, he hit a bunch of threes earlier. Kind of having a bad third quarter. he only has what, 9?
9.
Yeah. After 16 in the second.
Talk about feeling it.
He has 27 points, and if you look at the scoreboard, to score 46 to what, Johnny?
27. What a night.
Finally.
This is on top of the 8 points in the overtime at Quincy.
Schomburg kind of stops the bleeding. Only 8 points in this quarter for the Maroons. Trapkus posting a little jump hook, no. Rebound Anders, still playing hard. Pete doing a good job, as he does. Said they kind of feed off his energy at times. Feed into Hanovan. Missed it the other side, but he stepped out of bounds. Hanovan's trying to provide a little something.
Working hard, sophomore, working hard, trying to get in there and make something happen. Maybe trying to work a little too hard.
And as I mentioned, he brings them a little more size. They list him 6'3". Look, I thought he was about 6'5". I think he's bigger than 6'3". They list Anders 6'5", and Ian looks bigger than him. Manus trying to post up Hanovan.
They may spread it all the way here and work it down.
We're at a minute. Still a 17-point lead. Alleman just pulling away.
They'll run shooter off the pick along the baseline. Typical Rock Island High School.
Tell you what, Trev moves a lot on those screens and picks. Here you see one of them. That time he just stood there and then moved a little bit away.
Back out.
Lost the handle. Anders on the drive. There's a foul on the floor.
On the floor, going up.
Trapkus will sit with 30 seconds left.
Get him a blow. He's taking a beating underneath.
Wood will come in for him. Anders at the line. Peter Sr. comes in averaging 8 points, about 5.5 boards a game. He has 6 points tonight, still has 6. Third foul for Trapkus, by the way, one of the reasons he's sitting. Brian named All-State once again earlier. And Anders can't get the tosses to go. Good pressure, though, by Wilson.
Great effort.
Off Alleman.
Went right out after him, fought with Coin Logan. Ball rolled off Coin Logan's hand. This could be a break, a little momentum that Moline might need going into the fourth quarter.
Oh, they definitely need it.
Yes.
See if they can get it. Out top, Schomburg, inside. Anders.
Pass the ball.
Cross court to Wilson. Nice slicing move. Doesn't get it to go, though. Trying to keep it alive. Travis is playing hard down there. Malcolm with a foul.
Fighting for position was all he was trying to do, and a little push on the back.
Is that Malcolm? I keep saying
Andy Malcolm with the foul.
I thought that's who it was.
Yeah, you're right.
I said it and I wasn't sure. 5 team fouls for the Maroons, 4 for the Pioneers. Coin Logan breaking the pressure. Gets past Schomburg, bounce past Manus. Looking cross court, gets it to Voss. We're under 10. Might as well let this kid go one-on-one. Paxton Malcolm pulls up just inside the 3, a little long. Rebound, just like every other quarter. Anders ends up with a rebound, shooting a bomb, it seems like. Doesn't go. After 3 quarters of play, Pioneers up 46-29. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter on Cox Communications, Channel 38. The Rock Island Alleman Pioneers leading as we start the 4th quarter, 46-29 over the Moline Maroons. Another slow 3rd quarter for the Maroons. They were outscored 22-7 in the 2nd quarter, and there they were outscored 17-8. Pioneers come out with it. And they're still even getting loose balls.
Right.
Coin Logan, silly reach around Schomburg.
This is where you don't want to let it drag, though. You want to maintain that composure, keep pushing the ball at them if you're Alleman. And if you're Moline, it's time to start trapping. Maybe go full court. Try to create a break. Try to create a turnover and make something happen there.
The inbound, Voss gets it to Trapkus, who's checked back in. Nice strip by Malcolm coming the other way. Opportunities.
Great pass, great finish. Great effort on Malcolm's part. He got the pick, he ran the break, saw Travis Wilson on the wing, got the pass to him. Wilson with the nice finish and the foul. And when the conversion, you're down 14 just like that, instead of 17.
12 points for Travis Wilson, leading away from Moline tonight. Only man in double figures. Terrell has 7, all in the first half. In and out, they haven't converted their free throws. Another problem tonight. Haven't had a lot of attempts, but still. Anders has missed 2, Wilson's missed 1.
Every opportunity you can't convert, that's why you're down 15.
Vossel back in, Malcolm holding his ground. Into Trapkus, back out to Pat. Go back into Brian, little one-on-one game there. 2-man game.
They've gone to a switch. They're single coverage here, man-to-man. Now then they drop back into diamond.
Good movement here, Moline. Obviously in the man-on-man, they sat in the zone. Voss tried to force one in there. Wood comes up with it.
He got held by Hanneman, I think, on the way by.
That was a clean block by Anders. 17 fouls for the Maroons. Alleman in the bonus at the line. Ryan Wood, he has 1 bucket tonight. 27 for Pat Voss, 10 for Brian Trapkus, and a couple of trays for Steve Sodas. Wood now has 3. First point of the quarter. Minute gone by, 4th quarter. Give him 2 more. 4 points for Ryan Wood. It's back to a 17-point Pioneer lead.
They're going to drop back instead of not pick up at half court.
Once again, the Pioneers 18-6 coming in. Huge win down at Quincy on Tuesday. This is the Friday night affair. Wilson. He has 14. Coin Logan through the legs, picked up by Terrell. Malcolm almost got another steal.
Pretty poised sophomore for Coin Logan. Pretty poised sophomore Travis Wilson.
Trapkus trying to post up Anders. And they're looking for him. Logan penetrates, kicks it to Wood. Another bucket for Wood. He has 6. We said Ryan Wood coming off his best outing, that Tuesday win we talked about at Quincy. 10 rebounds, 10 points.
Good defensive end in football, pretty decent pitcher in baseball. He finds time, and an excellent student.
There's a block on Wood, I think. Oh, what are they going to call? Excuse me. Hanovan or whoever set the pick.
Malcolm with the moving screen.
Terrell, actually, I guess.
Excuse me.
Come back the other way. We mentioned they're in the bonus. I like how you're much more critical of baseball. Good. Pretty good.
He's going to be good. He's got potential. Let's put it that way.
Good football, good basketball, pretty good baseball.
No way. I didn't say it that way.
You can't cut these kids any slack. Season just around the corner. Of course, Johnny coaching baseball over there. That's why I'm teasing him. Still a 17-point lead. 50-33 is the score. 5:57 in the game. Sodas at the line. We said he hit a couple of threes. Should have no problem from 15.
Shooter's roll, family roll, as we should say. Long line of good shooters.
7 points for Steve. Biggest lead of the game now. As he hits both of them. 19 just pulling away.
I didn't think this would be a 20-point basketball game.
Heck no. Actually, I thought Moline might pull out the upset. They give him the baseline, and Wilson, who's had the big game, 16, to definitely lead the way. Gets a little highlight material. Once again, only a sophomore. You're going to see a lot of those in the W Big Six here in the next couple of years. Voss with the bounce pass feed. All of a sudden, Woods become the option.
Everyone drops to Trafficus. Woods alone after the pick and roll.
He'll go to the line again, hit his last two.
And you'll notice Molina is starting to trap, pick up half court, pick up three-quarter court, trapping the ball out on a wing. But is there enough time left for it to get done?
What I was going to say, I actually thought coming in, the big win, Trapkus was just named All-State. They're ranked third in the state. You know, hey, it's hard for a high school kid not to get kind of wrapped up in that. And I'm not saying they'd get real conceited or big-headed,
No,
but just a little comfortable. And the Maroons had beaten them already early in the year, thinking, hey, we can beat them again.
Not the case in that gym.
No. Woodbury's both of them. Back to 19 after the Wilson dunk. Wilson looking for more. Long rebound. Wilson has it. He's looking to get up his stats up, I'm sure. Air ball.
That was traveling.
Yeah, because he got
the
it
ball
back. So Wilson making sure he's going to have some big numbers to read in the paper tomorrow. Has 18.
Dunk.
Uh-oh, Trapkus the other way. Good hustle by Anders.
Good effort on Anders' part. Trapkus led up, tried to make the easy layup, and Anders ran the floor and blocked the block.
Well, I don't think Trapkus is going to be on the track team doing any sprints in the spring. He definitely was taking his time.
I'm sure that'll be reviewed in the films.
Voss. Good quick feet. Coin Logan to pull up baseline. Oh, rebound Anders. Good defense. Voss again. Right there, Voss. Cut off Wilson. Travis looking at the crowd. I don't know why.
It's not the crowd's fault.
That was Alleman crowd he's talking to, too. He ain't going to get any sympathy there. 54-37, still 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. All Alleman, 4:42 to go. We'll be back. Family Ties Productions, Cox Communication, Channel 38. Johnny, I don't know. Johnny, I don't know, for a Catholic school to go out and spell that cheer. A-S.
A-H-S,
oh,
Dan. Come on.
Oh, Alleman High School. My apologies.
Don't get. There you go. You got me in trouble already.
54-37. Alleman with the ball. 17-point lead, fourth quarter. Dan Birch, John Marks, and Jess. Family Ties Production.
I should point out Mr. Birch is a Catholic high school
alum, too. Voss out top. He's been huge tonight. Though he is yet to score in the fourth quarter, Johnny. Really slacking off here. Trapkus on the inside.
There's the move. That made up for the little lack of effort a minute ago, or lapse, I should say.
Brian has 12. Well, they kind of traded places there in the scoring column. Voss is usually 12, 14, Trapkus in the 20s. Brian with another rebound. 19-point lead, looking to go over 20 for the first time tonight if they can. Steal by Malcolm, he's had a couple tonight. Pull up for three, got it.
Nice job.
Good reward himself, because like I said, he's had a couple steals. First 3 points tonight. Trapkus got it caught on his hip. Wisely gets rid of it. Voss, they're missing Wood up top. They had Wood and Trapkus, and Wood wanted it.
Good job of the press breaker, even though it was a 3/4 length pass. Now, it can either get crazy sloppy now, or we could see some highlight reel.
Is that Tony Stock at the line?
Yes, it is.
He was playing a lot earlier in the season.
Nick DeVilder back in a basketball game. He's sat quite a while.
Well, he needs some threes now, so he's definitely back in. Stock 2 for 2. Sunny games I've seen Smithers play a lot tonight. We haven't seen much of him. Watson coming off mono. Sotos and Wood are playing a lot more minutes. You know, they started early on, but just mixing it up a little bit.
Right.
Well, you go with the hot kids.
Full 9, too.
Loose ball recovered by Trapkus. Anders has had nothing going after a nice first.
Struggled since then.
Yeah, first quarter more than even first half, ever since first quarter. Done a good job rebounding, as he's shown there, though. Definitely double figures rebounding. Wilson for 3. Hanneman tried to keep it alive. Trapkus has had a ton of boards. Trapkus has to be in double figures, too.
At least double-double tonight for him. This is where everybody starts looking for for me.
58-40, 18-point lead. Why is that, John?
Yeah, everybody wants a piece of. No, everybody wants their own stat now. A little me, not the team, not a lie. A little me.
I thought you owed some Alleman parents money or something.
No.
I'm not looking up here.
They want the ball in their hands.
Go to the line. Tell you what, it hasn't been the difference by any means. Pat Voss was the difference in the second quarter. But even the bounces, it's a very frustrating game for the Maroons.
It's gone totally.
Yeah, they're going to be down by 20 probably here, but it could be an 8-10 point game.
Every bounce, as you said, since the 14-7 start.
Yeah, I think Alleman definitely is going to win this as Trapkus puts point number 13 on the board and puts it back up to a 19-point Pioneer lead. Oh, can't get to 20. Funny thing is, Voss hasn't scored, and he's flirting with 30, which would be a career high.
He just wants the W.
Malcolm hit a 3 earlier. Trapkus
another
says,
rebound.
Come on, get away from me, Woody. I want more boards. Steal should be another highlight dunk. Yep. Give Wilson that. He has 20.
And then they got beat on the break.
Wood going the other way.
Observing and enjoying a dunk, and the other team scores the other end. That's just not good basketball. Sorry.
8 points in the fourth quarter for Ryan Wood to give him another 10-point double-figure game. Malcolm, his second 3. Timeout. Under 2 minutes. We'll keep it here. 61-45 is the score. And you talk about that me attitude. 10 points going into the quarter. Wilson's had 2 highlight dunks and 10 points, but definitely looking to take them all himself and getting beat back the other way. Ryan Wood gets an easy bucket, and you know what? Wood has 8 points in the quarter. So.
This is the type of quarter where you want to hold the ball when everybody's fouling because you want to go to the free throw line. That's normal. We all have that in us. So, and it's fun, and you want to be up, and I can see Larry's going to clear the bench in just a couple minutes. But Frank also, they got the 3. He had to call a timeout too to try to deny the inbounds pass and maybe create it again.
You got to keep coaching.
Oh, as you said, all the way down to the end.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, Frank Dexter, I'm referring to the Moline coach, has to pretend like this is a 5-point game.
Without a doubt.
And then, with 2 minutes ago, or a 7 or 8-point game, more attainable. And right now they're down, 16. But if they can get it under 10, he knows, hey, guys, we can come back. If we're down 8 in the regional, section, our regional will start, first.
Always.
We can come back in it.
You play it to the end.
A lot of fans and parents get frustrated, like, oh, what the hell are they fouling for? Why is he taking timeouts?
Nah, it's
you
just
have
the
to
opposite.
show these guys, right? Wood.
You're dealing with young people.
Thrown away to Wilder. Out to Wilson. Foul.
Yep. See, that's not a good play because now they have the 2 free throws and the ball out of bounds with a chance for a 4-point play.
Intentional, but I'll tell you what, Stock didn't want another highlight dunk by Wilson, I think.
And only 10 seconds went off the clock. They have a chance to cut it to 12.
Wilson at the line. You mentioned the intentional. Basically a technical.
Exactly.
Wilson has 20, 10 in the fourth. He's really been coming off a 29-point outing. Is that against Galesburg, I believe? That's the battle of super sauce, most definitely.
Oh my goodness, with Joey Range and him.
Battle. Travis may be a little more spectacular, but Joey may be a little more solid. It's in
taller, wide, rangier, I should say.
Pun intended there. So he gets 1 of 2, 21 points for Travis Wilson. Hanovan. That would have been huge. Trapkus on a foul. But right here, Moline's doing a good job.
They haven't quit. They keep pushing the basketball at them and forcing Alleman to make some mistakes right now.
It's a 15-point game right now. If you get it down to 8, hey, you show your team we can come back.
Right.
With a couple minutes, minute and a half on the clock, down 8 or 7. There's a minute 32 right now. They got to make their free throws.
Exactly.
Wilson missed 1. We mentioned earlier, Anders missed a couple. Hanovan misses 1. Misses both of them, but a tip by Wilson.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Good play. You got excited. 23 points for Travis. There's a trap. Malcolm with a steal. Back to Anders. Anders finally scores in this quarter. 11-point game.
I think I'm watching the CBA.
Gonna call a block.
With these comeback. Good
comeback by the Maroons.
Excellent. On a 9, almost an 8-0 run right now. By not quitting, playing the game at both ends of the floor.
The Maroons definitely let this one get away in the second quarter.
Or Pat Voss took it from them.
Pat Voss coming out party here. They still have debutantes. That was kind of his debutante thing.
Oh, what an effort. I think down to Quincy too.
Well, yeah, he's had other moments. But I doubt he's ever had a quarter like that. Trapkus hits it. 14 points for Brian.
That's a heck of a wave to ride. The fourth quarter down there, the overtime, and the first 2 quarters here.
Brian misses. 12-point game. Here comes Anders the other way. Up to Hanovan. Oh, he walked. There's a good jump stop, but then there's traveling too. Minute 10, 62-50. Pioneers have the ball, the 12-point lead, and it looks like a 19th win on the season. Plus in the WBIG 6, 6-4.
Guaranteed.
Break the 2 defenders. Good job there by Sotos. Up to Trapkus. He'll go up and lay it in.
Ball game.
16 points for Brian. It's a 14-point lead. We're under a minute. Hanovan. Malcolm out to Wilson. They need to start bombing. Kind of a foolish foul there by Chris Watson, but he's into the game, wants to get involved too.
Coach Schulte went out past the midcourt stripe. Was not happy with the effort.
Cornelis will check in. And Watson will sit because of that little out.
And they're going to have a little chat about...
Well, the same token here. Larry Schulte's coaching like it's a 4-point game,
exactly.
Not a 14-point game. Saying, well, we're in the state tournament, son.
Great point. Great point.
Earl comes in. Tony Malcolm.
Rich Yergo. Everybody getting playing time.
Moline just can't hit from the
And
chair.
another rebound by Trapkus.
And a few elbows. Oh, and poor Tony, Tony rather. Tony comes in and gold off the bench, goes in and just attacks the ball.
And
Not only gets an elbow in his face and gets called for a foul. (64-50), 14-point lead. Brian Trapkus. I'll tell you what, he's getting his points.
He's going to get his, yep.
It's another free throw. He has 7 points in the fourth quarter for 17 on the game. So he's getting near his average, averaging 20, give him 18. Brian's going to say, what do you mean, Pat? You had 27, I had 20.
Kevin McClain in for Pat Voss, and he gets
why
over on
did they
this
cheer,
side.
Johnny? He didn't score at all in the fourth quarter. Obviously, I'm being facetious. 16
What
points
a game.
in the second quarter. He outscored the Maroons himself 16-7, and that's where it was won. A three-pointer from Moline. Long rebound. There you go, Malcolm. DeVille.
Steve Cottrell and to DeVilder. No, that's Yergo, I'm sorry.
I said DeVilder too. It must have been the haircut.
It's the haircut.
I went, well, actually, I got DeVille, and I realized it wasn't him, if you noticed. 66-50.
Everybody getting into the action.
18 for Brian, 27 for the point guard, Pat. And Wood will leave with 10. So there's your scoring. 27 for Voss, 18 Trapkus, 10 Wood. And Sotos with 8 too. Don't forget about Steve there. Cornelis with it. Feed, pump fake. A little sloppy, 6 seconds. Malcolm launch one. Oh, he looks up to Earl, out of bounds, coming the other way.
Craig Decker into the ballgame. Paul Barnes into the ballgame. Kevin McClain for the Pioneers. Scott Cornelis, as we mentioned.
We'll see a bomb here. 1 second. Clock goes off. Just let it run out. 66-50 the final. Pat Voss, our Miller High, just kidding, our player of the game, 27 points, 16 in the second quarter. When trailing 14-7, they pulled away, outscored them 22-7, up by 8 at the half. They outscored them 17-8 in the third. Another big quarter for Mr. Voss. He had 9 there. And the Rock Island Alleman Pioneers improved to 19-6 on the season, 6-4 in the Western Big Six. The Maroons go down, dropping to 2 games under 500, 11-13, just 3-6 in the conference. Sophomore Travis Wilson did most of the point scoring, point production. 21 points is what I had him for to lead the Maroons. For Johnny Marks, the Pioneer Pride, hey, look at him smile.
Heck of a nice game for everybody.
Jess, Family Ties Productions, and Cox Communications. This is Dan Burch. Have a good evening, everybody.